The Golden State Killer suspect was recently arrested after decades of this case going cold. This is a man who killed 12 people and raped at least 50 people. Joseph James DeAngelo is the suspect. He has been arrested after all of this time. The Golden State Killer, his last crime was in Orange County in 1986, though his first crime was in Sacramento in 1976. And over this time, investigators weren't really sure where he could have settled in or settled down. There was recent reigniting of interest in this case thanks to a book from Michelle McNamara. And thanks to DNA, they believe this is the man. Now, the DNA they sourced was from a website in particular that is a place where people can upload their own DNA data, and that's called gedmatch.com. And this is a relatively small website. It is a place, I mean, just a couple years ago, they were trying to get donations from PayPal for it to work. It's run by 2 people. But people are able to upload their data and compare it against other people's data in a pool and see perhaps they have different relatives or what have you. So it's not necessarily from a private DNA analysis company such as 23andMe or Ancestry DNA, who specifically talked about this because people were worried about the privacy element in this case, because this data was sourced from a relative of Joseph James DeAngelo, not him himself, and it compared against DNA evidence left at crime scenes. After they got who they thought it was, police were able to follow DeAngelo around and collect more DNA off of something he discarded. It's very interesting how this was solved, but it does perhaps have potential implications for future cases and for DNA privacy and data privacy itself. Curtis Rogers, who is from GED Match, spoke about this. Although we were not approached by law enforcement or anyone else about this case or about the DNA, it has always been GED Match's policy to inform users that the database could be used for other uses, as set forth in the site policy. While the database was created for genealogical research, it is important that GED Match participants understand the possible uses of their DNA, including information of relatives that have committed crimes or were victims of crimes. If you are concerned about non-geological uses of your DNA, you should not upload your DNA to the database, or you should remove DNA that has already been uploaded. Now, in response to this, 23andMe and Ancestry DNA both talked about this. 23andMe has never given customer information to law enforcement officials, and we do not share information with employers or insurance companies ever, under any circumstance. Ancestry DNA advocates for its members' privacy and will not share any information with law enforcement unless compelled to by valid legal process. They did note that they have not been approached with any valid legal reasons so far, though some worry that after this case, it may happen more and more frequently as people, good-natured or good-intentioned people, may hope to solve cold cases about loved ones using this data, though the ACLU has specific issues with this in terms of maybe half matches. So Jay Stanley, an ACLU senior policy analyst, spoke out on this. By uploading the suspect's DNA to the genealogy site, the police in this case have set a precedent for making a crime suspect's DNA public. Where will this lead? Not all suspects are guilty. Abandoned DNA should not be sequenced by the government without a warrant. Otherwise, all of us are susceptible to having our DNA sequenced at any time because we all leave DNA behind everywhere we go. At a minimum, familial DNA searches need to be subject to stringent checks and balances and transparency requirements. More than one person has submitted their DNA to a database only to have a family member wrongly targeted as a top suspect in a murder investigation because of a partial DNA match. So this brings up questions as to where does the future go after this? I think people will, it's hard to argue against a serial killer and rapist being arrested because of this, but precedents do set forth other actions in motion, perhaps not with the same kinds of intentions, perhaps suspects who are not guilty will be entangled in this.
It's tough. There's a lot going on here. It's an open source DNA site. As Kim was saying, it's kind of like the Wikipedia of DNA, and everybody contributes to it. So if you think of it that way, you sort of understand that there's an implied giving up of privacy or certain walls that might be around your data. Were you paying for the service? You know, we're at a 23andMe or some of the other ones. So I think implied in that open sourcing is some vulnerability to things that you may otherwise not be going for when you first volunteer the DNA. But there's an awful lot going on here.
I just miss the good old days when you could just walk into a bank with a gun, maybe not even a gun, maybe just a bag over your hand and go, hands up, give me all your money, and then just walk out. You could even put your name out there. They could barely track you. At least now with DNA evidence, they can actually figure out who you are and find you, not the majority of times, but every now and then. You know what I mean? Justice is served. All jokes aside, DNA evidence does help with a lot of cold cases. It also helps with a lot of old cases being opened where people that were falsely convicted of murder or rape, which disproportionately targets people of color as victims of this. It's acquitted them. Perhaps years later, but it happens all the time. So there's good and the bad. I think over time, once we have a better understanding of how to analyze this data, and once there isn't as much confusion surrounding the process, we will be able to put better checks and balances in the system so it's not abused.
I mean, the ACLU had a good point with the partial DNA match. You have a lot of partial DNA matches, and I could see someone being targeted in a way, if maybe that's a partial match, maybe I'll consider this enough to get a warrant or to investigate further and push this to someone who is potentially innocent.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously the real significant downside, because as Hasan says, these cold cases and awful, and this was a heinous crime. I don't know if you've read about the specifics, but this guy,
it's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, a serial murderer and rapist, you'd think that would describe the horror. No, it's the details of that are even more horrible. So the idea that they use this method and this science to get this guy, even though so many years later, I mean, the guy is finally nailed, it makes you feel good, even though it did take so long. And so there are other cold cases, and it's complicated, and I wish I could say, yeah, it's wrong to have all this data out there and to be used. I mean, Kim's right. The false positives, if you will, could get you. But by the same token, those half matches could maybe get you to the actual perpetrator.
I think could certainly change how detectives and investigators work. It doesn't necessarily need to be bad, but I think we need to consider these dangers going in. A lot of people don't really watch their data as closely as they should. I think data privacy is very important. I use a VPN. But it's just, I think we're getting more and more used to our personal information, our data, even our DNA being public domain or someone being allowed to profit off of it.
I think also it will evolve. The science will evolve. This is going to unfold in ways that we can't even see yet. So there will be rules, there will be restrictions, and there will be limitations on how this stuff is used. But the science has to continue to evolve, and the way the science is used by law enforcement has to continue to evolve.
I mean, law enforcement does have a history of abusing these sort of technological advancements, and usually we put together these like hawkish NatSec concerns when it comes to violating privacy in a very gross and very transparently almost evil way. And I always go back to the NSA spying case and Edward Snowden and everything that happened, everything that transpired in that administration, and how we kind of let things slide and we don't even talk about that anymore, even though that abuse of surveillance still continues. So the fact that your DNA evidence can now be used in a similar fashion is terrifying, because the government can and still continues to take advantage of technological advancements to
Well, I just
surveil
like
you
sometimes the
inappropriately.
law doesn't go as fast as technology, and I encounter this a lot in different ways. But this is in a way that's could be imminently dangerous or helpful. We don't know yet. There's a lot of possibility.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.